Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman. And welcome everybody, Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Here we are again, and I've got a totally amazing guest today. Oh my God, I haven't talked to her in years, but I'm so grateful. I've got Dee Wallace in the house today, and she's wait until you get to meet her. If you haven't ever heard from Dee before, she is an incredible spiritual teacher and guide and a loving soul. She is so empowering. She's been on all hundreds of movies and all this stuff, and she's just very inspiring. So I'm about to get right into it in just one moment. Do you want to meditate and make money? Let it be simple. Let it be easy. Let it be fun. Go to yoursacredpurpose.com and get your free meditate, make money meditation today. Okay, so Dee, I'm so grateful to have you here today.
I'm so happy to be here with you.
All right. Oh my God. Yeah, it's been years since we've connected. It's just one of those things, we're all busy. We're making new connections, doing different stuff. And then sometimes our paths cross again. Sometimes they don't. I'm glad they crossed again today.
Well, we created that, didn't we?
Right. All right. You haven't changed one bit, Jesus. All the time. We created that. I love
That's right. We create everything. You know that.
Yep. Perfect. Okay, so we'll be getting no victim stuff here. Okay, no victims. No. Okay. All right, so let's get into it. Let me share with them a little bit more about you. Dee Wallace is an internationally known actress. 250 film credits. Oh my God, not that many. All right. 6 series, over 400 commercials. Best known for a role as Mother in Steven Spielberg's E.T. She has appeared on every major network and talk show, including Oprah and The Today Show. Ms. Wallace earned her teaching credentials from the University of Kansas and has worked as a teacher in the public school system, as well as her own dance and acting studios. Ms. Wallace expanded her love of teaching and principles she found empowering for children into daily sessions, a radio show, and 5 books. Her work is based on the principles of accepting a responsibility and loving ourselves early in life to create the life we desire. Oh God, I got a great thing to share about that as we get into it today. Dee is a strong advocate for accepting at an early age our own magnificence and power in a positive and loving way. A child's personality is set between the ages of 0 to 8 and has a direct impact on the creation of their life. Dee's important message to the world is love yourself beyond anyone or anything else. Yes, love yourself so much that you can't do anything that doesn't make you love yourself more. Oh my God, that's so perfect. Dee, I'm just so right on, resonant with everything you have to share there. So grateful to be here to dive into all of it, with your new book, Born, and everything. And but your message, your core message, yeah, it's the same, and we can't hear it enough. We need to continue to hear, like, hey, you're a creator, you're love yourself.
We can't hear it enough, but we sure can
we?
Practice it more. We hear it and we study it and we read it, but we don't practice it. And it's when you really start practicing it that you see your life change dramatically.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, I know myself, like I've gone to these different places, right? There's times when I've been like, oh, I understand. Everything's just about loving me, really, because everything I'm connected to, at least from my perspective, is sort of an interconnection with the oneness of me, right? So to speak. Okay, so when I look at it that way, I literally everything I'm doing, me being here is loving myself by being with Dee and with the audience. Everything like this is me loving me, and like I love that. I just love that. And then when I'm been really connected with that, you're right. It's the times when I am connected with that, and if I slip off, then I suffer. But like when I am connected with that, it's like nothing can ever go wrong because there's no resistance to anything. You're just loving herself, and then you
Yeah.
see all the other good stuff happen, right? Relationship, good stuff, health, or
Yep.
what, money, whatever, all the good stuff pours in, and then the thing is when we're not loving ourselves, we start judging ourselves and circumstances, right? And then that's where we get trapped, and we're not loving ourselves. Now we can't receive, right? So anyway, that's how I see it. How do you kind of put
Yeah.
it?
Well, you're absolutely right. I think what people don't realize is that the universe is waiting for us to create it. And nobody really explains it that way. But the universe is neutral. Energy is neutral. There's no positive or negative, no good or bad. You learned that in 5th grade. This is science, but so the universe is out there waiting to pick up the signals that we're sending out. So if we're sending out fear and judgment, boy, a lot of judgment going on in the world right now. If we are sending out anger, the universe will go, okay, it's not mine to judge. I will create then a world for you of anger and fear and judgment. So most of us are waiting for the world to change, and the world is saying, guys, I'm taking my cue from you.
Right. That's so true. That's so true. I mean, I got to admit, I've got a little bit caught up in all the stuff going on. I mean, I'm not saying everybody has, but everybody probably has to some degree, right? To varying degrees.
Easy to do. Yeah,
right?
because it pulls your focus.
Yeah.
And that's really their intention, is to pull your focus. But if you know that you're the creator of you, and you are, nobody can think a thought for you. Nobody can feel a feeling for you. Nobody can hold a perspective for you. And all those things are the things that create our lives and our reality, and ergo, the universe's reality. So when you really truly know that you're the God of you, and you were given free will to be here and learn how to work and direct energy, then you walk into the power of you and the ability to create what you want and the world you want.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I was just talking about this at lunch with my wife, Deb. I was saying, everybody continues, so many people are continuing, what's going to happen, what are they doing to us, blah blah blah, whatever, all the different, whatever, the millions of the Tower of Babel, right? All these ideas of what's going on. So I was like, people need to come back to myself included. Like, I need to come back to remembering deeply, and it's so perfect, right? See, everything's always right on time. Like, remember, we've got the power of creation. You're being blinded. Even people are super into all this stuff, right? We lose our way. We get so caught up in all this nonsense. And when I was trained in metaphysics, they always said, don't even bother with the news for the most part. Like, if you do, it's a prayer request, just focus on, the life that you want, and, create that and all that. And, man, it's easy to slip off if you're not, especially these days. So,
well, how about we all direct our energy to know and live that it's easy to stay in the creation instead of the reaction.
There we go. Mm-hmm. There we go. I like that.
Because again, if we keep saying it's hard,
right,
that is a direction to the energy to create it to be more difficult.
Yeah, that's right.
But you're right, it's a challenge to stay on top of it.
Right. Yeah, I love that. You're a great metaphysician. It's like we gotta watch those. What are we saying? What are we putting into motion? Right? I mean, really. we do have to kind of be more aware of what the heck are we saying? What are we, is it possible your fears of what's happening, you're creating it? We said that always before, but now people, don't you realize it's the same thing here? Like, it's, principles still apply, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people forget that. There's like, they got their life they're worried about. They're saying, well, that's different. And they're like, you come back to metaphysical principles for other things. I'm like, no, it's,
Well,
it still
that's what
applies.
they mean by be the change you want to see in the world,
Mhm.
because the universe is creating around the signals you send out. So it's exciting to know that it's all about us. It's also a little scary, you know. A lot of people don't want to take the responsibility of self-creation. They want somebody else to do it for them. That's why you have a lot of people following people today and throughout all time, instead of going, wow, is this really what I want to create?
Right. So I was kind of, I mean, because you have a, what would be very, very interesting background for most people. I know you're pretty humble. You're not going to say it's any better or any worse than anybody else's life, but it's an interesting, path, actress and all that stuff. So
Yeah, it's kind of a dichotomy. I spend a lot of my time doing horror films, and
right.
the other part of my life healing people from fear.
Right.
And somehow they work together really well. Do you know that scientists have proven that horror films increase your immune system,
Whoa.
help decrease anxiety?
Really? Anxiety down? I
Strengthen your
can't believe that.
DNA.
That one's hard to believe.
Strengthen your, well, it's in Time magazine. You can Google it.
Okay. I'm just saying for my own
Put in
experience.
horror and how it's good for you. But I can tell you that the biggest monster we're running away from is our own fear. And our limiting beliefs, most of which are not ours.
Right. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I remember you telling me about being in the Cujo movie, and I forget what you told me about it, but I know it was a really interesting story you had about being in that movie, and I can't remember for the life of me what you
Well,
said.
it was the hardest thing I've ever done, for
Okay.
sure. Mentally, emotionally, physically. And I never looked at it as a horror movie. I looked at it as a movie about what a mother's love would, the lengths a mother's love would go to protect her child. That's always what it was about for me. And I mean, it's the movie I'm proudest of, but it was also just about killed me.
I think it was a physical thing happened in it where did you get knocked down or something? I've seen.
Oh gosh, so many things happened in a role like that, and I did almost all my own stunts. I think you're probably referring to when I broke the glass.
Okay, maybe
in the back of the car, and it wasn't supposed to break, and my arm went through it, and I got a little bit cut up there. But of course, I didn't hear cut, so I just kept going and had to get Danny out of the car. We'd rehearsed that, but you're still somewhat conscious as an actor. So this part of my brain was going, get the kid, you've got to get the kid out of the car. And the other side was going, don't drag him out. There's glass now. You're going to have to get him out another way. Hold him up in your arms. Get the kid out. The dog's coming. Welcome to the mind of an actor.
Wow, wow. So that must be fascinating. Yeah, isn't that an incredible like I want have you talked about this? I'm sure you have, like how we're being like me, like I'm being an actor in my own way right now, right? Like
Yeah.
like how that deepens your awareness, like you're going into a role, but like how people can utilize those same principles in their lives to be the creator of their life. You probably talk about this stuff, but I just came to me like to ask you about that.
Well, any movie that you do is a creation, isn't it?
Mm.
You're creating it that begins with the writer who has to create the story. So it's all about the creation process and having a vision and focusing on that vision and bringing it into fruition the way you saw it. So it really is a microcosm of the creation process. But, the first thing we have to do in the creation process is to choose. And most of us really aren't choosing. We're thinking about it and we're hoping for it and we're studying it, but we're not saying, I am committed in this moment to create this that I want. And if you don't choose, the universe doesn't have a clue about what you really want to create. So it can't partner with you, right?
Right. Yeah, and then when you get sideways results, and yeah, it just reflects how sideways you are. Okay, I kind of want this or that. All right, let's throw
Yeah.
you.
I mean, like a lot of people want more money
Yeah,
and they think having too much money is wrong.
right.
Or they want more money and they think they're not worth making money. Or they want more money and they go, well, I wouldn't know how to make that much. So this side cancels out the desire.
Yeah.
So really, your job isn't to know how. Your job is to choose what you want and feel love and joy around it. It's the universe's job to figure out how to bring it to you. And let me tell you, it will bring it to you better than you could ever figure it out yourself.
Right.
I have this great story that I talk about in my new book, Born. And I was teaching in my acting studio and I went, I have to get busy creating my career. So I decided I was going to focus on creating a series because I wanted to stay in town to be with my daughter. So I said, okay, I want a series where all the material is great. I love the people that I work with. I love to go to the set every day. And, I don't want to have to go to the network, which everybody had to go to the network at that time to get hired for a series. So about a month after I really started feeling love and joy around all this, my manager calls and she says, Dee, I have an audition for you for a series. I went, oh, great. Thinking, it's working. It's a comedy. I went, what? I mean, I've done comedy, but I'm known for my drama. She said, yeah, and it's improv. I went, what? I don't do improv, but I have an innate trust in the universe. So I said, okay, I've been asking for this. I'm going to go in. Well, in the audition, I was astounded to see how bloody good I was at improving around a scripted idea. absolutely fell in love with the producer director that I met with. And on my way out, he said, oh, by the way, you're not going to have to go to the network for this. There's really no way we can audition improv. And I went out into the hallway and he went, and thank you for bringing this in a way that I could never have imagined on my own, right? I have so many stories like that in my life, guys. So do you know that they just called and offered me ET?
No.
I mean, that's a Hollywood story in itself. I had auditioned for Used Cars a year before, but Stephen saw the quality he wanted in ET and saved me for ET. Unheard of. I didn't even know that that movie was in the works. So I couldn't have plotted and planned the series or ET. I just had to be in love and harmony with acting and with working with great people, right? And doing awesome content. That was my job.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I think I did that for a couple of months and the call came. And that's the other thing I want people to know is whatever you're creating now, wait, let me back up. First of all, how your life is showing up now, you created that 2, 3, 4, 5 months before.
Yeah.
Okay. So every moment is a moment of creation. Whatever you're creating today, you're going to see in a day or a week or a month, or maybe a few months. But your job is to continually, every day, live in that creation process. And then it comes. Then you summon it to you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's like
Right.
you had the power all along, Dorothy.
Right. Yeah, yeah, so true, so true. I love what you said about having like the what you talk about with this love affair, you know, with what you do and what's your thing. You know, I think about some other people I've had on the show, and think about a mentor of mine, Mark Allen. He's a publisher for
Oh,
Eckhart
yes.
Tolle, and he talks about like, yeah, you know, like how he's, you know, broke and at 30, you know, he's heard the story a million times, and he decided to live the life of his dreams, and you know, does an experiment and all this stuff. It says to his mind, hey, just give me a year. We can't get any worse than we are now. All right, let's just do this thing. And then the rest is history. But my point is, what I could see why it works so well for him on so many levels, and one of it is the love affair he has with books. You know, he's just like, and then I would take those books and I would crush them, and like it wasn't a put on thing. Like, okay, this is a manifestation principle. It's like it's authentic and sincere. It's just real.
Yeah.
I love these books. Oh my god. So because of that love affair, as much as anything and everything else, it just absolutely allowed him. He had a love affair with the kind of life he wanted to live, right? Like the vibration.
Absolutely.
And
Let me tell you, you know, most of us don't love money like we love the person we're most in love with.
True.
And if we treated the person we're in love with, you know, most of us don't give time to money. We don't respect it. We don't honor it, right? We don't want to be with it. We want to have it and get rid of it and use it, right?
Right.
So you have to create a love affair with your body, with money, with relationships. So many people are trying to create a relationship by saying, well, I don't want that jerk I had before. Well, that's not going to bring in the lovely person that you want. That's going to hold your focus on the jerk, which is what happens. So many women that I work with have been in relationship with the same jerk, in a different body using a different name
Right.
2 and 3 and 4 times in their life.
Mhm. Right. Right. Right.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? So I suggest to everybody, make a list. Make a list of everything you want in your soulmate. And then go back and see if you match it.
Mhm.
And make a list of everything you want in your money and everything you want in your health. And you will see how most of us sort of kind of have an idea of what we want, but not really. Not enough to make a list. I'll have people come up on stage with me and it'll take them 20 minutes to tell me what they actually want.
Wow.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be me.
And they get really pissed off at me too. Because I go, great, so what do you want? Great, so what do you want? Great. And finally they'll yell at me, I want more money. And I go, great, well now
Finally, here we go. Right.
yeah, now you've told me what you want, so we can start.
I love that.
It's crazy.
Yes. I've seen you speak in person before, and yeah, it's fun, right? I mean, you really engage. You don't mess around with people in the audience. Like, come on now. I
Yeah.
call out the bullshit and everything.
Yeah, I'm the girl next door, and I call it like it is.
Right.
But
right.
I do it in a really fun, loving way.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
I
do.
hope. That's my intention, anyway.
Right. Right. Well, when it comes to things like for me in the audience, every question asked, I think, is like what I'm wondering about at some level. But for people who, are looking to like go to higher and higher levels within their business and money and all this stuff, most people would say, yeah, oh, I totally would be about helping more people and everything. That's what I really want to do. The money I don't care about and all that. So is it?
Yeah, but couldn't you help more people if you had lots of money?
Right, exactly. Well, exactly. I mean, is more always better, I guess, is the question I was going to get to, because
I think it depends on your consciousness.
Yeah.
And what you're doing. Like, I think Bill Gates, from what I know, from what I read, from what I study, does a lot of really good things with his money. But I know from talking with my channel that the most important thing right now, whether it's what you're investing, doing with your money, doing with your time, we must hold the intention of doing the highest good for mankind, not for me.
Right.
Personally.
Right.
But for mankind. So if we live in love, and most people don't understand that love is the most powerful creative force on earth. It's not some namby-pamby little, oh, he loves me and let's fall in love. No, it's a force. And it will create anything and everything for you if you live as the frequency of love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, couldn't agree more with that. I mean, all the successes I've had in any area, if I look at my relationships, I look at business, I look at money, I look at whatever, health, it's always when I'm deeply loving and appreciating myself again, when things are thriving, it's like, wow, this is so amazing. It feels so amazing, right?
And it's so easy.
And it's easy. I think that's one of the biggest things that trips people up, because they believe like your life's supposed to be difficult, right? The thing, everybody talks about this all the time, right? But the idea that life's supposed to be difficult, and when it's easy, we're like, oh, we must be getting it wrong. If this is easy, that's gotta
just try it, guys.
I've heard that one up, right?
Yeah, just try it. Just give it a try and see how joyful and easy it can be.
Yeah.
I think first of all, that's based in a lot of old religion, that the more we struggle, the better person we are, and the more God loves us.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just not a true statement. That's not what God taught. God said, these miracles and more will you do also. Don't hold yourself down. Don't belittle. Go do miracles. You know, that's why we were given free will and free choice, so that we can explore all these powerful places in ourselves. But we've got to choose to feel safe and know that anything we create out of love can only be beneficial to all other energy.
Right. Right. Yeah, I'm wondering about it because there's a lot of healer type of people too that listen in here, like, but I am being that love, and why is my life not working? I'm loving everyone all the time, but maybe they're not loving themselves, but like,
yeah,
right? Oh,
and they're not loving what they want to create.
Right, exactly.
You know, that spirituality is based in religion. It's an offshoot of religion. And, you know, guys, most organized religions limit us, disempower us, create us smaller than we are. So we have to rewrite that story, because that's what it is, a story. Back long time ago, the popes and the kings got together and went, well, hell, if we tell them how powerful they are, we're not going to have any power. And so people would literally give the church all their land so they could get into heaven. I mean, really? Do we still believe that? No, but we are 90% water. Water retains memory from the beginning of time. So if you are not consciously reprogramming and directing your brain to know these new principles that will empower you, your sense memory will remind you of the limitations.
Right, that's true.
That's why all my work is called conscious creation, because we're all creating all the time. We're just, most of us, not doing it consciously.
Right. Now, we mentioned earlier in your bio that you've done a lot of teaching and work for children, right? So
yes.
And I think it makes me think about like my own children. I've got right now I've got a stepdaughter is like 29, and then I've got my younger daughter 16 and going on 14, the other one. And you know, it's delightful that like watching like my 16-year-old, for example, like this is a few years ago, I remember this, but I remember her telling, you know, people like that get into negativity and everything. She says, I don't choose to do that. I choose to be a positive thinker. That's how I live my life. And she does. I mean,
God love her.
Yeah. I mean, I give myself only partial credit, you know, I mean, in her life.
Somebody had to teach her that.
Right. But I mean, she took to it, you know, and
yeah,
it makes a huge difference. They both are able to utilize their powers of creation because, well, they were shown it, you know, they were, you know, they got the message, right? And they've taken it from there. I mean, I give them the credit, you know, I only take partial credit, like I said. So, but like, I mean, it's so important, I guess. So I'm trying to say, like, I was so aware, like when they were in that age frame of 0 to 7 or 8 or whatever number we want to say, but exactly. But like, I was so conscious of like, what kind of impression am I making on them right now, you
Yeah.
know, and it's so critical. And
It's,
yeah,
it will help shape their life,
yeah,
because the belief systems that we create from conception to 8, we build on all our life. And like the good book says, as you believe, it's going to be delivered to you, baby. So you, again, beliefs don't just happen. You get to choose what you want to believe. Choose the beliefs that are going to give you the life you want. Choose the beliefs that are going to help the universe create itself as a universe we want to live in.
yeah, it's beautiful. Absolutely. So tell us briefly, as we start getting towards the back end of the interview time together, is tell us about the book Born, your new book. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, I'm so excited about Born. Born is the culmination of almost 40 years of my work. It's simple because I think so many people make the creation process difficult and hard, and not fun. So my book's a lot of fun. You're going to get every principle you need for creating your life. It's short. It's like a primer for creation. I tell lots of stories of my clients and of mine, of the successes we've had. But it's literally, I asked my daughter, who's a 2-time best-selling author, I said, would you give me a quote? And she said, yeah, Mom, I'll give you a quote, because everything I've created because of the principles in this book.
Right.
I've taught them to her all her life. Right. So if you want to change your life and really want to change your life, for $20, it's available for pre-order right now on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, and it'll be out for Walmart and Target and all those soon.
Nice.
If you apply what I have in this book, your life will change. And then I also have an accompanying children's book. It's not out for pre-order yet, but it will be soon, called Bupalopaloo, which teaches, and oh my God, the drawings, the illustrations are so beautiful. Teaches a child the first important principle. Who do you choose that you want to be? He says, well, Grandma says this, and Mommy says I'm that, and Daddy says I'm that. And Bupalopaloo's a little bear, and he says, well, you haven't asked the most important person. You. Who do you want to be? You get to choose. I mean, how many of our lives would be different today if we had been taught that we could choose who we are, and to do it consciously?
Yeah, a lot of people. Most people aren't given that when they're growing up. So absolutely.
Yeah, hardly anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, for me, I felt loved as a kid, but I also felt like, again, I'm not here to really criticize my parents, but like,
no,
not about that, but
we picked him.
Right, exactly.
Him.
But of course, I created it so that they were such that, especially it felt like with both of them, but like, yeah, we love you unconditionally, but don't cross this line, or whatever, right? There's a line where maybe it's love's not going to be fully there anymore, right? And then and we have to, oh, I gotta please, and then that's how all the people pleasing can start happening, not only with them, but with
Yeah,
others.
shut
Right?
down your power, shut down your power, shut down your power.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's how so many of us, that's how we're brought up. Shut down your power is the message, basically.
Yep.
So it's a great way of putting it, Dee. So absolutely. That's why everybody goes on about claim your power now.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. I'm excited to hear about your book and the children's book. And I would say the name of the, what is it again? Buckaloopa? Or
Papalapaloo.
okay. I don't think I'm
And
gonna
you
get
know
that right.
what's funny? You know what's so funny is that kids say it like that.
So easy.
And the
Easy.
adult brain goes, oh, wait, I have to say this perfectly, and or whatever it is. But kids go, oh, Papalapaloo. And then they call him
Buckaloo.
Bubba. Then they just call him Bubba.
Yeah. Yeah, our crazy adult brains think about what you're saying. We're like, what is that?
Yeah.
They just
They
take it in and
just
say
jump
it.
in.
Right, exactly. So funny, so hilarious. So yeah, this is so wonderful. I know you have a gift for everybody today too. So what do you want to tell them about that?
Well, there are 3 really fun creation exercises that my channel gave me. They're easy. You can even do them in your mind if you don't want to do them physically. They're fun, but they're incredibly powerful. And I think you'll really enjoy them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we'll put the link into the show notes, these empowerment exercises, 3 empowerment exercises. And to help you, with what the sorts of things we're talking about on the show, right? To give you those exercises that help you, that can be life-changing, simple and fun, it says here. So we love that. Bring us back to being the conscious creator.
Yeah, I'm all about simple and fun.
Yeah.
Isn't that who you want to be with?
Totally.
People that are just simple and easy and fun, and sure, they can be intellectual, but we want to have fun having that intellectual conversation.
Exactly.
This laborious struggle stuff, I had it up to here by the time I was 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the struggle stuff, no.
And it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It does not work.
Well, here, let me ask you. Yeah, we'll do a couple more questions here. You must have been around so many different actors and actresses that have had all different mindsets, but like I remember you talking about Drew Barrymore. I saw you on some special or something on TV where you're talking about her, and you could see some of the issues she had early on. She got in, we know most people know the story. She got in the drugs, I guess, and all that sort of stuff. But that you've seen people come in with all different kind of situations and issues, but one of the mindsets often is like a Jim Carrey, coming into the business. Hey, I can consciously manifest, and then he did it, but then he never really loved himself. Is kind of how I see it when he talks about it all now. And he's like, then I came to realize it's all meaningless, and because he wasn't loving himself is how I would interpret what he's saying. He wasn't really loving himself. So. But
I think
you gotta make it happen no matter what, and they're about struggle getting into the acting, aren't they?
You can. Everything is meaningless and meaningful.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Yep.
So, again, I don't think I'm meaningless. I don't think my life is meaningless at all. I know how many people I touch and how many lives I've helped change through my teaching, through my healing, through my acting. I love that about me. When I take my dog on our gratitude walk every day, I thank my mommy and my daddy and my grandma who helped raise me for giving me all the attributes that I have, because I really love who I am. I'm a good person. and I'm proud of who I am. And they taught me the basics of that. Have I expanded on them exponentially? You bet. But I grew up, my mom ran the cancer society in Kansas City, and we had all the supplies in our garage. And I grew up watching my mom take a lot of time loving the people that came by. She was just love. And I've tried to live up to that.
Aw. Oh, oh. Nothing more precious than that, that's for sure. Nothing more important. Oh, wow. Wow, that is amazing. Yeah, I mean, getting back to what was led into that is, yeah, this idea everything's meaningless. I definitely have people when we talk about this deeper spirituality, there is this sense of whatever nihilism or whatever you want to call it, but this idea like everything's like nothing and nothing matters and all this stuff, and it's like it's
Well,
freeing to people at first, but it's like they get too caught up with that. It's
yeah,
a reason not to create their life then too at the same time.
I just go back to Einstein.
Yeah,
There's two ways of looking at the world. Nothing's a miracle, or everything is.
right,
I picked the latter.
right.
It's a lot happier way to look at life.
Yeah, I think
And
it's a
I
lot.
want to be happy.
I think it's a lot funner for me anyway. I mean, it's just fun for people to be in the
Yeah.
emptiness of life for the rest of their life. And hey, knock yourself out. If that's the most empowering path for you. For me, I like to mix it up. I like experiencing the life that we have, right? I mean, so let's say embrace creation while we embrace the nothingness and the stillness and everything else. Let's embrace all of
Yeah,
it, right?
you
So
bet.
yeah.
Because after all, that's where we create everything.
Right, exactly.
That quiet place, of the 0 point.
Right. That's right. That's totally right. Okay, wonderful. Well, I could talk for, like a lot of my guests could talk for hours. There's so much we could get into. I'm just so grateful for everything you've already shared. Now we're in a time of the show where I like to do a quick tuning in with my guests. Are you ready to receive? I'll share
Sure.
some of the things I'm picking up for you right now. Okay, great. All right, so let me just take a moment. Okay, well, for whatever it's worth, I'll just share this. So I get a sense of the Christian roots, and I don't even know if it's true. I just share what comes through. You know how it works.
I
So
do.
I get this Christian roots, but like some of the values within the Christianity that are beautiful, like the Sacred Heart, and things like that. Like there's certain values that were within that feel like they could utilize, you could maybe even double down on a little bit more, maybe even like it's possible you let go of a few of them that somehow that in the idea like, hey, there's so much nonsense in it at the same time, right? So I don't know, I'm just telling you, I have no
No,
opinion.
I know exactly what you're referring to.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because you're bringing in all this multidimensional higher energy into it is kind of how I see it, more the trueness of it. And so I kind of get kind of goosebumps about it, like it's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, it's like something amazing wants to happen through that. And I feel, oh my God, and I feel like it's possible anyway that you could be helping people kind of transition into a new way of being with their Christianity or something like that. So I don't know. So take it
No,
from
I know, and I receive it openly. Thank you.
awesome. Okay, let me see if I get one or two more things here for you. okay, so they showed me being tied up and kind of drowning energy, and then they're saying you've done, like, I kind of hear like you've done well, transcending those fears, those concerns, that old stuff maybe from past lives and stuff like that. Then I get this like a similar message to the one I just got, in that it's like, feel free to go high, keep taking it higher, and bringing even more of the woo high energy stuff into it, or something, like even talking crazier, what people would think is crazy from their mind anyway, right? Bring in even more of that deep or mystical stuff or whatever. So like, that's, I don't know if that resonates for you, but that's what's coming through on that. And then let me see if I get one more to wrap it up. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. It's no wonder again that you're in that movie, right? E.T. It's like you've come
Yeah.
from the stars, right? You're that star seed energy, and you are so at home here on Earth as a star seed. And that is a pretty highly unusual experience. And it almost brings tears to my eyes. It's like, it's a highly unusual experience. And the fact that you're having that experience is very valuable to others that feel lost here in this world. So yeah, that's what I got to share. I don't know. I just feel emotional energy around that for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Okay, great. Well, everybody, if you want to check me out, you can go to yoursacredpurpose.com and get your meditate and make money meditation. It's so easy to allow yourself just to love yourself and receive. I do open up your energy and your energy chakras and allow yourself to vibrate at that level that allows money just to come in, because it's just a receiving, right? So get insights about your direction, where things want to go. And also you can get a energy scan consultation with me, or at least apply for one right there on the homepage at yoursacredpurpose.com. So with all that being said, one last reminder, everybody. Remember, on Mondays, you can catch me at my Rock Your Sacred Purpose Facebook group, where I do bring wisdom and do channeling and channel prayers and energy scanning. Tune into you guys at Rock Your Sacred Purpose on Facebook. And if you want to rock it with your purpose in your business, it's the place to be. Rock Your Sacred Purpose at Facebook. I was going to get in trouble if I don't remember to say that this time. So, all right. Okay. All right, Dee. So I'm going to give you the last words here today. Any last things you want to share with the audience?
Oh, guys, you're just more powerful than you will ever know. Just go out and take your power through love and start creating everything you want, especially the world that you want, through love. And just love yourself and love yourself and love yourself more, because that's really what it's all about.
Yes, it's so much so. Oh, it's so perfect. Thank you, Dee, for all your wonderful wisdom.
Thank you for having me.
Your heart today. Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for all the audience for tuning in today. And as always, keep on tuning in. We'll keep on rocking it here at Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Till the next time, everyone.
For listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.